My beloved one, stop everything for just a few moments and breathe. Please, just this once, give heaven your undivided attention. Archangel Michael has been crying, not in anger, but in heartbreak, because every time he tried to warn you, you scrolled past like it was nothing. But this message right here, the one in your hands now, was written with trembling urgency. The truth is, a millionaire has taken a sudden interest in you. And no, not just because of your outer beauty, but because of something spiritual, something rare. They saw something in you they've never seen before. And now they want to act. This message was intercepted by heaven because your name, your light, your energy, it was being discussed in places you couldn't even imagine. Archangel Michael is begging you, please don't ignore this one. Every time you doubted yourself, the heavens were shouting your name louder than thunder in a storm. But the noise of this world has made you deaf to divine whispers. Archangel Michael says someone rich in power and resources has had their heart shaken after hearing a story about you, your resilience, your glow, your purity. They did not expect to feel what they're feeling. But they're shocked, and now they are quietly moving, in secret, trying to find a way to get closer to you. You are being watched with reverence, not surveillance. You are being admired from a distance because someone believes you are the answer to a longing they didn't even know they had. But if you delay any longer, it might vanish. You need to know this is not ordinary. The name of this person has been spoken in meetings you would never dream of attending. Their attention is not by accident, it's been spiritually orchestrated. A window has opened, and God wants you to walk through it without fear. Archangel Michael says if you only knew how many blessings are trying to push their way into your life, you'd drop your doubts and sprint into your destiny. The tears he sheds are real, not poetic. He's been holding them back because he didn't want to overwhelm you, but now his cries are louder than ever. You are running out of time to accept this blessing. They saw something, yes, they saw a glimpse of your pain, your past, your honesty. And they were captivated. God says, your struggles didn't make you smaller, they carved space inside you to hold more light. That's what they see. You are not ordinary. Heaven is testifying about you. Even the angels have noticed the shift around you. This interest is not a trap, not a trick, it is a divine design. The right eyes finally opened at the right moment. Archangel Michael says, if you ignore this, you'll break the chain that's been trying to pull you into favor. Don't do that. Don't let your silence cost you the miracle that has your name etched into it. Stop hiding from your own greatness. That's what they see in you, the part you pretend doesn't matter. That little voice inside you, the one that says maybe, just maybe you're meant for something bigger, they heard that echo through spiritual corridors and it awakened something inside them. They can't sleep because your energy keeps tapping their soul. They are not ordinary people. They can change everything for you, but only if you don't push this message aside like the others. This is heaven's final try for this door. After this, it might close. White medium star. If you feel chills while reading this, it's your soul waking up. Don't ignore this divine pull. Subscribe now and keep this connection alive, because the next 48 hours are not just important, they're sacred. You're being called. Don't reject the call. White medium star. God whispers, you are worthy even when you don't feel like it. The millionaire? They're already making moves behind the scenes. They're sending someone to mention your name in a conversation soon. Archangel Michael says you're about to be asked something big, and if you answer with your heart instead of fear, the blessings will be unstoppable. This person is not playing games, they are serious. And they're being spiritually compelled to find you, speak to you, and possibly change the direction of your whole life. You might think you're being overlooked, but really, you're being hidden until the right person finds you. Do you understand how rare it is for someone of that level to be spiritually stirred by your presence? This isn't about vanity. It's about vibration. Your frequency reached theirs like a divine radio signal. That's why Archangel Michael has been so relentless, because heaven cannot afford for you to miss this. You're about to be contacted in an unexpected way. It may seem like a coincidence. It won't be. It's a divine setup. Do not dismiss it. Do not say, "I'll deal with this later." You won't get this kind of moment again soon. There's more. The person who took interest in you also sensed your isolation. They could feel it like a vibration, and it hurt them. They know what it feels like to be surrounded by people but still feel alone. That's why they don't just want to offer you money, they want to offer you presence, purpose, partnership. This is not a stranger who randomly stumbled upon your image. This is someone who was spiritually shown your energy in a moment of deep silence, and they haven't been able to shake it since. That's why Archangel Michael is crying, because this is sacred alignment, and if you keep ignoring it, both of your destinies will suffer. You don't have to beg for what's already yours. This interest is just the beginning. What's coming after it is an avalanche of support, abundance, and clarity. But you must show up for your own calling. The messages you've been skipping? They weren't just words, they were lifelines. They were tiny alarms set by angels to wake you before the shift fully happens. Now the countdown has begun. Archangel Michael says you must prepare your heart, because what's coming will feel surreal, and if you're not grounded, you might think you're dreaming. But it's real. God has decided that the time is now. Your image was shown to someone important recently. Not in a digital sense, your spirit appeared in a moment when they were seeking answers. It startled them. They even asked someone, "Who is this person? Why do I feel like I need to help them?" That was your soul reaching out through divine frequencies. You may not have said a word, but your spiritual light screamed louder than any words could. They noticed. And now they're coming. But your faith has to meet their movement. If you freeze, the moment passes. Archangel Michael says, move when God tells you. Don't wait for approval. You already have heaven's permission. You don't have to beg for what's already yours. This interest is just the beginning. What's coming after it is an avalanche of support, abundance, and clarity. But you must show up for your own calling. The messages you've been skipping? They weren't just words, they were lifelines. They were tiny alarms set by angels to wake you before the shift fully happens. Now the countdown has begun. Archangel Michael says you must prepare your heart, because what's coming will feel surreal, and if you're not grounded, you might think you're dreaming. But it's real. God has decided that the time is now. Your image was shown to someone important recently. Not in a digital sense, your spirit appeared in a moment when they were seeking answers. It startled them. They even asked someone, "Who is this person? Why do I feel like I need to help them?" That was your soul reaching out through divine frequencies. You may not have said a word, but your spiritual light screamed louder than any words could. They noticed. And now they're coming. But your faith has to meet their movement. If you freeze, the moment passes. Archangel Michael says, move when God tells you. Don't wait for approval. You already have heaven's permission. This person is not here to complete you, they're here to reveal what's already been inside you. You've been royalty walking in rags because you forgot who you are. But now the throne is being dusted off. And this millionaire? They might just be the one to hand you your crown. You think this is far-fetched? Archangel Michael says, that's exactly why heaven had to bring it this way, because only something shocking could shake you out of your delay. Stop doubting. This is divine. Heaven has watched you cry in secret, wondering if anyone truly sees you. This person didn't just see you. They felt you. Their chest tightened when your name was whispered in spirit. And now they can't unfeel it. They're trying to arrange a casual meeting, but Archangel Michael says it will not be casual. It will be cosmic. You'll know it's them because they'll speak something only your heart has prayed in silence. That's the sign. When it happens, don't run. You've waited too long for this kind of miracle. And miracles, beloved, are often disguised as ordinary moments. But heaven knows the difference. God has not forgotten you. In fact, you are the one that heaven is focused on right now. Archangel Michael says, your delay isn't a disqualification, but it is a danger. The longer you wait to believe in yourself, the more energy it takes to bring your blessings back around. Right now, everything is aligned: spirit, timing, opportunity, favor. All that's missing is your yes. Don't let this moment evaporate. The person who's interested in you is on the verge of sending something, a message, a gesture, a door. But they're waiting for a sign that your spirit is open. Is it? They're watching from a distance, waiting for confirmation that you're ready. Archangel Michael is placing a spiritual mark on you even as you read this. That tug in your chest. That sudden stillness in your soul. That's confirmation. God is branding this moment as a divine timestamp. This isn't fantasy, this is prophecy. You're being ushered into a season where people of great status are going to take interest in you not because of what you have, but because of what you carry. Your calling, your aura, your truth, it's magnetic now. And this millionaire? They're the first of many who will be drawn to the purity of your soul. Do not underestimate what's happening. They are seeing what others ignored. The same parts of you that made people overlook you are now the exact reasons they're captivated. Archangel Michael says, your rejection was heaven's redirection. You were never supposed to fit in with the ones who couldn't see. But now, someone who sees clearly, deeply, spiritually, they are coming. Their intention is not shallow. They're not curious. They're convinced. And that kind of conviction doesn't come from charm or coincidence. It comes from God. They've already made inquiries. Subtle ones. You might have noticed certain people asking about you lately, or maybe someone liking an old photo, or a friend asking a strange question. That's them checking. That's them sniffing the wind before stepping forward. Archangel Michael says, prepare. They're not here to play, they're here to pursue. You must match their readiness with your own spiritual alignment. Clean your inner house. Make space. Because this isn't just a visit, it might be a relocation of favor. The kind that leaves you wondering how all of it happened so fast. You are no longer in the season of proving your worth. That test ended. The next chapter is about receiving. Yes, you. The one who's been through so much. The one who doubts when blessings approach. The one who almost gave up last night. This is your shift. This is your pivot moment. Archangel Michael says if you don't take this seriously, you'll delay a blessing that's literally been begging to reach you. The millionaire doesn't even understand why they're this drawn to you, but we do. It's divine interference. You're part of something written long ago. The threads are reconnecting. They thought they were just scrolling. Just attending a meeting. Just flipping through a file. But then, you. And everything stopped. Their world paused. They've been successful for years. Met thousands of people. But you? You unlocked something. Something childlike. Something sacred. They haven't felt this way in a long time. That's why Archangel Michael says they are shocked. They weren't expecting you to pierce through all the noise. But here you are. And now they're planning. They're aligning people. They're calculating the safest way to approach without startling you. Because they sense your sensitivity. They sense you've been hurt. God wants you to know that this person may not speak the language of faith, but their heart has been stirred by heaven. That's why Archangel Michael is involved. Because the world may call them a millionaire, but heaven sees them as a messenger. They're carrying a gift, but the gift is only released if you're spiritually ready to receive. If you walk in fear, the door shuts. But if you walk in surrender, the floodgates open. And what's on the other side will feel like a dream too big to contain. But you were made for it. They thought they were just scrolling. Just attending a meeting. Just flipping through a file. But then, you. And everything stopped. Their world paused. They've been successful for years. Met thousands of people. But you? You unlocked something. Something childlike. Something sacred. They haven't felt this way in a long time. That's why Archangel Michael says they are shocked. They weren't expecting you to pierce through all the noise. But here you are. And now they're planning. They're aligning people. They're calculating the safest way to approach without startling you. Because they sense your sensitivity. They sense you've been hurt. God wants you to know that this person may not speak the language of faith, but their heart has been stirred by heaven. That's why Archangel Michael is involved. Because the world may call them a millionaire, but heaven sees them as a messenger. They're carrying a gift, but the gift is only released if you're spiritually ready to receive. If you walk in fear, the door shuts. But if you walk in surrender, the floodgates open. And what's on the other side will feel like a dream too big to contain. But you were made for it. This is not just about romance. This is about restoration. God is using this person to restore your confidence, your joy, your sense of divine timing. They may offer love, yes. But more than that, they will offer opportunity. Access. Exposure. Protection. Support. They are being used like a divine ladder to lift you out of everything that's tried to drown you. They were sent to break the pattern. And once you encounter them, you will never settle for mediocrity again. That's why the stakes are high. That's why Archangel Michael is weeping. Because heaven cannot afford for you to stay asleep. If you've ever prayed for a sign that your pain was not in vain, this is it. If you've ever asked God if He still sees you, this is your answer. The sudden interest from this millionaire is not random. It's a divine reply to every sleepless night, every lonely tear, every silent scream. You have endured quietly. Now you will be elevated loudly. But only if you believe. Not in people. Not in status. But in divine orchestration. Archangel Michael says this is the moment your belief must be louder than your fear. Say yes to what scares you. Say yes to what heals you. They will appear when you least expect it. In a setting that seems unremarkable. But their presence will shift the air. Their eyes will pause when they meet yours. Their words will sound familiar, like echoes from dreams you forgot. They will not come with pride, but with honor. Because they already see your worth. You do not have to convince them. You only have to be open. Archangel Michael is going ahead to soften your heart so you don't miss the miracle because of old wounds. You've suffered enough. It's time for your soul to breathe again. You might be tempted to reject them at first, don't. Your trauma may scream, "This is too good to be true," but God is whispering, "This is what I've been preparing you for." You've done the hard part. You survived. Now it's time to receive. The person watching you is not like the ones before. They're spiritually awakened. They're emotionally intelligent. And above all, they are on a divine assignment, even if they don't realize it. They are being pulled toward you because heaven said, "It's time." And that's a command not even wealth or logic can resist. Archangel Michael is moving swiftly now. He has assigned angels to your environment. You may feel tension rise, emotions burst, or random thoughts surface. That's because your spirit is detoxing in preparation. You are being cleansed from the inside out. The moment this person makes contact, your atmosphere will change. Your discernment will sharpen. And if you listen, you'll know exactly what to say. Archangel Michael promises you will not be confused if you stay connected. But if you drift back into doubt, the signal weakens. Stay grounded in truth. Stay open to awe. They have influence. They have power. But they're searching for peace. And you, beloved, are anointed to bring it. They can buy anything, except authenticity. And that's what you are. That's what makes you dangerous in the best way. Your silence has been loud in the spiritual realm. Now your time has come. God is aligning someone who has the means to change your environment and the heart to respect your soul. They are being prepped to meet you in a way that changes both of your lives. But they can't do it without your willingness. Archangel Michael says, do not harden your heart. You've had to protect yourself so fiercely that you forgot what softness feels like. But this moment, this person, this divine setup, it will require your softness. Not weakness. Softness. Let yourself feel again. Let yourself believe again. Let yourself trust that heaven didn't bring you this far to mock you. You are not being teased by fate. You are being chosen by design. And once this unfolds, you will realize why so many things didn't work out before. They were not meant to. This is what was meant. Because if you don't receive this with an open soul, you'll misinterpret the miracle as a mistake. You'll mistake their kindness as manipulation, their generosity as a trick. But Archangel Michael says this one is pure. This one is honest. They are not coming to control, but to cover. To support. To protect. God has handpicked this moment for a reason that will make you weep when you finally see the full picture. It may start as something small, but what it will become is something eternal. That's why Michael's voice trembles as he speaks to your spirit now. This is your moment. Please don't ignore it again. They've already looked at your photo longer than they should have. They've already asked someone, what's their story? They've already searched your name more than once. This is not curiosity, it's alignment. And yet, there's still a pause on their side. Why? Because they sense your hesitation. They feel your guarded energy. And they don't want to cause you discomfort. They are ready, but you have to be also. Archangel Michael says, if you open the door even a little, I will guide them the rest of the way. This isn't about earning love. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, it's your flaws that have drawn them in. Your cracks have light coming through them. They've been watching how you rise even when life tries to bury you. That's what made them stop. That's what pulled them spiritually toward you. They've seen polished, wealthy, accomplished people, but they haven't seen someone who glows with God the way you do. And they can't stop thinking about what life would look like with your energy in it. They've already looked at your photo longer than they should have. They've already asked someone, what's their story? They've already searched your name more than once. This is not curiosity, it's alignment. And yet, there's still a pause on their side. Why? Because they sense your hesitation. They feel your guarded energy. And they don't want to cause you discomfort. They are ready, but you have to be also. Archangel Michael says, if you open the door even a little, I will guide them the rest of the way. This isn't about earning love. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, it's your flaws that have drawn them in. Your cracks have light coming through them. They've been watching how you rise even when life tries to bury you. That's what made them stop. That's what pulled them spiritually toward you. They've seen polished, wealthy, accomplished people, but they haven't seen someone who glows with God the way you do. And they can't stop thinking about what life would look like with your energy in it. God has been setting this up for years. The delays you hated were actually divine reroutes. The heartbreaks you cried over were blocking wrong people from reaching you before the right one arrived. Archangel Michael says that's why it felt like your life was paused, because heaven was preparing a collision course between your destiny and this person's attention. And now, that exact alignment is seconds from becoming reality. One wrong thought can push it away. One moment of courage can pull it closer. The choice is yours. Heaven has spoken. Earth is listening. There's something else you must know. Someone close to you is going to feel the shift before you fully realize it. They'll sense something new in your energy and may become uncomfortable, even jealous. That's confirmation. Archangel Michael says when the blessing starts stirring, the room gets tense. Don't be surprised if you feel misunderstood just before the miracle arrives. It's a sign that you're moving. It's a sign that the promise is near. Stay focused. Don't argue. Don't explain. Let God handle the noise while you focus on the divine invitation in front of you. The millionaire is not just someone with wealth, they are someone with weight. They carry authority, spiritual significance, and impact. They are not flashy, but intentional. They don't need more fame, they want real connection. And when they found your essence, they knew instantly, this is different. They've seen beauty, but your soul shimmered. They've heard stories, but yours echoed with truth. They've had offers, but yours felt like a call. That's why they haven't moved yet, they're afraid to mess it up. But they're coming. And they will speak. Be ready. This will begin suddenly. You might be doing something ordinary, checking a message, walking down the street, attending a quiet gathering, and they'll appear. But in that moment, the air will shift. Archangel Michael says it will feel like the moment you realize you're standing in prophecy. There will be a stillness, followed by clarity. And you'll just know. God doesn't do accidents. He weaves destiny in the details. Every delay, every ache, every lonely night was leading to this. You are not forgotten. You are being reserved. Preserved. And now, revealed. This relationship will not only elevate your life, but it will restore your spiritual confidence. You've been doubting your intuition for too long. But when this person speaks, your spirit will leap. Not because of what they say, but because of the frequency behind their words. You will hear heaven's echo in their tone. That's how you'll know. That's how you'll trust. Archangel Michael says the alignment has already begun. They've been dreaming of someone they didn't think existed, until you entered their spirit like a sacred whisper. They've also been through pain. They're not perfect. But that's the point. Your wounds recognize each other. Not to recreate the past, but to rewrite it. Where you were once abandoned, you'll be pursued. Where you were once silenced, you'll be celebrated. Where you were once doubted, you'll be believed. That's the divine exchange God has prepared for you. Not just romance, but restoration. Not just attention, but purpose. Archangel Michael is pleading now, be open. Be alert. Be obedient. Heaven can't hold this much longer. You may begin to receive strange signs, numbers repeating, songs that speak your story, names that keep appearing, sudden dreams that feel too real. These are confirmations. This is not your imagination. This is preparation. The spirit realm is buzzing because your timeline is splitting. A new road is opening. And the decision you make in these next few days will determine whether you walk into it or miss it. Don't just listen with your ears, listen with your soul. You know this is different. You can feel the weight of it even now. The tears Archangel Michael is crying are not from fear, they're from hope. He knows what's waiting for you. He's seen the house. The smile. The peace. The joy that floods your chest when you finally accept this gift. And yet, he's weeping because he's seen people reject blessings before. He's watched fear rob people of favor. And he cannot bear the thought of that happening to you. So this time, he's begging. Not asking. Begging. Because if you miss this, it won't come again this way. This is a once-anointed moment. You are not being stalked. You are being studied. You are not being watched. You are being weighed, in a holy way. Heaven is evaluating your readiness. Archangel Michael is guarding the gate. And this person? They're waiting for the green light. You give that by opening your heart. You give that by saying to God, okay. I trust you. Even if it scares me. Even if I don't feel ready. I won't block what you're trying to send. Because what God is preparing will not knock politely again. If you delay, this chapter might be passed to someone else, not because you're not worthy, but because you weren't ready. Archangel Michael says your soul has already cried out for this miracle in the past, you just didn't know heaven took that prayer seriously. Now the answer is standing at your door. If you close it, heaven will mourn for what could have been. But if you open it, even just a little, God promises to rush in like a flood and overwhelm you with favor that makes no sense. The person whose heart has been awakened toward you has been battling with confusion. Why you? Why now? Why so suddenly? But the more they question, the more the answer becomes clear: you are the one heaven highlighted. You are not just a face, they felt your frequency. Their own team has noticed a shift in them, a softness that only showed up after your name was mentioned. That's how deep this is. You shifted a powerful person's spirit without lifting a finger. And now, they're trying to find you in a world full of noise. Because what God is preparing will not knock politely again. If you delay, this chapter might be passed to someone else, not because you're not worthy, but because you weren't ready. Archangel Michael says your soul has already cried out for this miracle in the past, you just didn't know heaven took that prayer seriously. Now the answer is standing at your door. If you close it, heaven will mourn for what could have been. But if you open it, even just a little, God promises to rush in like a flood and overwhelm you with favor that makes no sense. The person whose heart has been awakened toward you has been battling with confusion. Why you? Why now? Why so suddenly? But the more they question, the more the answer becomes clear: you are the one heaven highlighted. You are not just a face, they felt your frequency. Their own team has noticed a shift in them, a softness that only showed up after your name was mentioned. That's how deep this is. You shifted a powerful person's spirit without lifting a finger. And now, they're trying to find you in a world full of noise. They are not looking for someone to impress. They've done that their whole life. They're looking for someone to impact. And God whispered your name. Archangel Michael says the door that's opening will feel overwhelming at first, but it's safe. The person is safe. Their soul has been stirred because heaven put you on their spiritual radar. You are not invisible anymore. And if you felt watched lately, it's because you have been, by eyes that carry intention, not judgment. You were chosen for this moment. And your destiny has been waiting for your courage to arrive. You will feel something inside you change when they enter your space. It will feel like the version of you that you buried long ago suddenly rises to the surface. That's not a coincidence. That's resurrection. That's your spirit recognizing safety. Archangel Michael says don't run from that feeling. Embrace it. Let it wash over you. This is not a test. This is your time. And if your knees shake while stepping into it, heaven will steady you. You will not fall. You've been waiting for someone who doesn't just want you, but understands you. That person has finally appeared. And they're not here to complete you, but to confirm what God already planted inside of you. Their presence will not distract you, it will accelerate you. Archangel Michael says when divine people collide, their gifts awaken. Expect ideas to flow. Expect dreams to return. Expect peace like you've never known. And when it comes, do not question it. You've suffered long enough. Let the promise finally embrace you. They are already clearing space in their life for you. You don't know this yet, but they've canceled appointments, rescheduled events, changed travel plans, because something about your energy has made them pause. That's not normal for them. They're disciplined, structured, powerful. But with you? They feel something they haven't felt in years: hope. They didn't believe in divine connection until you came along. And now they can't ignore what's happening inside them. They're reaching for you, even if from afar. Don't make them reach forever. Reach back. God is not sending you this opportunity to tease you. This is not a trick. This is not another cycle of disappointment. This is the fulfillment of promises you forgot you even prayed for. Heaven has gone ahead and cleared the way. Now all that's left is for you to walk through the door. Archangel Michael is holding it open, but it won't remain open forever. At some point, it closes, not out of punishment, but out of purpose. If you walk away now, it may take years to realign this level of grace. So please, walk in. They've seen people try to get close to them for the wrong reasons. But with you, it's different. You didn't even try, and yet here they are, thinking of you constantly, dreaming of your presence, researching your story. That's what makes this divine. You didn't chase it. It chased you. That's how God works. When it's your time, favor finds you without effort. But it's your response that decides how long it stays. Archangel Michael says the person who's watching you will soon make contact. And when they do, you'll have a choice, retreat or rise. You'll want to overthink it. Don't. You'll want to protect yourself. You don't have to. God has gone before you. He's already anointed this meeting. He's already surrounded them with angelic discernment so they approach you with honor. You won't have to explain your worth, they see it. You won't have to beg to be understood, they already do. What you must do is show up as you are. No masks. No performance. Just truth. That's what they're drawn to anyway. Archangel Michael says you must not tell everyone about this. Keep it sacred. When you're holding a holy thing, the wrong audience can pollute it. Guard your miracle. Until it's fully birthed, keep it covered. Pray over it. Protect it. This is not a show. This is not for attention. This is a spiritual appointment. And God has set the table. The millionaire is just the vessel. But the blessing? That's divine. And it has your name engraved in gold across the front of it. You're going to be shocked at how natural it feels. As if you've known them for lifetimes. Because in many ways, you have. Your souls have passed each other before. But now, in this life, the meeting is finally happening. The collision is divine. Don't ruin it by overcomplicating something God made simple. Archangel Michael says when this begins, don't ask, why me? Instead, say, thank you. Because the version of you who cried in secret? This is the reward. And the part of you that almost gave up? This is the rescue. They are not intimidated by your scars. They're impressed by your survival. They admire your story. And they want to be a part of your next chapter. Not to write it for you, but to write it with you. This is partnership, not possession. This is legacy, not lust. This is the kind of divine support that builds futures. You're not crazy for hoping for something real. You're prophetic for knowing it would come. And now it's here. Don't run. Receive. And you'll feel it the moment it begins. There won't be fireworks in the sky, but something deeper, something unshakable, will stir in your soul. You'll feel seen in a way you've never felt before. You'll feel safe without having to explain why. Archangel Michael says, this person will look at you and not just see the version you present to the world, they'll see the battles behind your smile, the prayers behind your patience, and the power behind your quiet. And instead of being intimidated by that, they'll be inspired. They'll want to protect it, not possess it. They are not intimidated by your scars. They're impressed by your survival. They admire your story. And they want to be a part of your next chapter. Not to write it for you, but to write it with you. This is partnership, not possession. This is legacy, not lust. This is the kind of divine support that builds futures. You're not crazy for hoping for something real. You're prophetic for knowing it would come. And now it's here. Don't run. Receive. And you'll feel it the moment it begins. There won't be fireworks in the sky, but something deeper, something unshakable, will stir in your soul. You'll feel seen in a way you've never felt before. You'll feel safe without having to explain why. Archangel Michael says, this person will look at you and not just see the version you present to the world, they'll see the battles behind your smile, the prayers behind your patience, and the power behind your quiet. And instead of being intimidated by that, they'll be inspired. They'll want to protect it, not possess it. Heaven is speaking now louder than ever because this connection, if accepted with trust, will unlock generational blessings. This is not just for you. This is for the lineage that comes from you. The peace you've craved, the support you've lacked, the abundance you've imagined, it's all tied to this one intersection of souls. Archangel Michael says some meetings are not meetings, they're divine collisions. And what's coming is not small. It's thunder wrapped in silence. And you must lean into the stillness to hear the roar. They're already dreaming of you. Not just dreaming in sleep, but in desire. Planning. Hoping. Imagining what it would be like to include you in the vision they've built. And for someone of their stature to pause and make room for you, uninvited? That's not strategy. That's spirit. That's how you know it's God. And they're watching for your signal. One gesture, one post, one response from your soul, and they will take the step. Archangel Michael says, you don't have to chase this, just respond with courage. You've been asking for confirmation. This is it. You've asked for a word from heaven. This is it. You've said, God, if this is really for me, give me a sign so loud I can't ignore it. This is that sign. Archangel Michael is shouting through your atmosphere right now, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Because the time is now. And every minute you delay deliverance, not just for you, but for the one who's being sent to bless you. Your fear doesn't just affect you. It affects the flow of destiny. Don't block what God is trying to release. The reason the angels are this involved is because of the size of this blessing. Not every moment is like this. Some connections are casual. This one is kingdom. This one shifts timelines. This one alters futures. That's why it's surrounded by such spiritual warfare. That's why your emotions have been unpredictable. That's why you felt pressure rising. You're not crazy. You're being stretched for the magnitude of what's about to arrive. God is enlarging your capacity. Archangel Michael is fortifying your faith. Because once the door opens, it will flood. There will be whispers. People won't understand why someone like them is drawn to someone like you. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them assume. Their opinions are too small for your promise. Archangel Michael says favor always confuses the unprepared. What others call random, heaven calls righteous. You've earned this moment, not through perfection, but through persistence. You kept going when you had nothing left. You forgave when no one said sorry. You loved even when it broke you. And heaven took note. Now the reward is moving. The connection will bring clarity. You'll stop second-guessing your worth. You'll walk different. Breathe different. Believe different. And it won't be because of who they are, it will be because of who you finally remembered you are. You are God's chosen. Not forgotten. Not overlooked. Not too late. You were hidden for protection, not rejection. And now, the revealing is beginning. Archangel Michael says you will be celebrated, not tolerated. Elevated, not explained. Embraced, not edited. You will not be too much for the person coming. You'll be just right. The moment you say yes, your life begins to multiply. Opportunities that were once locked will open. Delays will disappear. Divine speed will take over. That's the beauty of obedience, it accelerates favor. And this next chapter will not be written in chapters, it will be written in leaps. One yes will create 10 doors. One introduction will birth multiple blessings. Archangel Michael says, when God moves this fast, don't slow him down with small thinking. Think bigger. Pray bolder. Expect more. Because what's coming is larger than what you lost. You may feel overwhelmed by all of this, and that's okay. But don't let the size of the promise scare you out of walking into it. Remember, God would not bring it to your doorstep if he didn't believe you were ready. Archangel Michael says the miracle fits you. The person fits you. The blessing fits you. You're not an imposter. You're not behind. You're not unqualified. You are chosen. And the one watching you sees that, even if you can't see it yet. Let their vision help awaken your own. The world has tried to dim you. Family may have doubted you. Friends may have faded. But heaven has held your place. And now, someone with the power to shift everything has finally recognized the light you carry. Don't sabotage it by shrinking. Stand tall. This is not your time to explain, it's your time to embody. And when they speak to you, when they offer their hand, when they say, I see something in you, don't brush it off. Receive it. This is God loving you through someone else. This is heaven manifesting in human form. This connection will be peaceful. No chaos. No confusion. No guessing. Just clarity. Just calm. Just consistency. That's how you'll know it's real. And when it happens, when they finally reach out, your soul will say, this is what I've been waiting for. You won't panic. You won't run. You'll pause, take a breath, and say, thank you, God. Because all those nights you prayed, cried, waited, this was the answer. This was the reason. So Archangel Michael asks one last time, don't scroll past this. Don't say, maybe later. Don't let this word fall to the floor. Pick it up. Guard it. Live it. The person God sent is almost here. And if you welcome them with an open heart, they will carry you into a future you only saw in glimpses. A life of purpose. Of partnership. Of peace. A divine alignment that turns pain into power. Isolation into intimacy. Scarcity into overflow. Heaven is crying, but it's not grief anymore, it's joy. It's time. They're coming. Get ready. This connection will be peaceful. No chaos. No confusion. No guessing. Just clarity. Just calm. Just consistency. That's how you'll know it's real. And when it happens, when they finally reach out, your soul will say, this is what I've been waiting for. You won't panic. You won't run. You'll pause, take a breath, and say, thank you, God. Because all those nights you prayed, cried, waited, this was the answer. This was the reason. So Archangel Michael asks one last time, don't scroll past this. Don't say, maybe later. Don't let this word fall to the floor. Pick it up. Guard it. Live it. The person God sent is almost here. And if you welcome them with an open heart, they will carry you into a future you only saw in glimpses. A life of purpose. Of partnership. Of peace. A divine alignment that turns pain into power. Isolation into intimacy. Scarcity into overflow. Heaven is crying, but it's not grief anymore, it's joy. It's time. They're coming. Get ready. And when they arrive, it will feel like something inside you remembers them, even if you've never met in this life. That's how divine unions work. The soul remembers before the mind can comprehend. Don't be alarmed if their presence stirs something deep in you. That warmth? That peace? That stillness in your chest. It's not nervousness, it's recognition. God designed it this way so you wouldn't miss it. Archangel Michael says the meeting is marked. The day is selected. The energy is prepared. You're about to walk into something sacred, so walk slowly, walk humbly, but above all, walk open. You won't have to force this conversation. You won't have to script what you'll say. The words will flow effortlessly. That's the sign. It won't feel like starting something new, it'll feel like picking up something ancient. Like resuming a divine story paused by time. When your eyes meet, don't look away. There's revelation waiting inside that gaze. They'll know, and you'll know. And in that moment, the world will go quiet, because heaven will be watching two promises collide. And every angel who ever guarded you will rejoice. There are going to be people who question it. Some will try to talk you out of it. That's how you'll know it's real. Divine things always stir resistance. But don't let human logic argue with heavenly instruction. This blessing wasn't sent to be understood by all, it was sent to be received by you. Archangel Michael says the louder the enemy screams, the closer the miracle is. So don't be shaken. Stay centered. God is not asking you to convince others, He's asking you to trust Him. He didn't bring you this far just to show you what you can't have. He brought you this far so you could receive it without delay. You are not in competition. You're in alignment. You're not chasing, this blessing is chasing you. And the one who's watching you with silent admiration has been looking for someone like you their entire life. Not because they need saving, but because they need a mirror. They need someone to remind them of who they are when the world confuses their identity. You carry that frequency. You carry healing. And that's why they're coming. Not for status. Not for aesthetics. But for truth. You won't be ghosted. You won't be breadcrumbed. You won't be confused. What's coming is clear. It's consistent. It's divinely ordered. You won't have to beg for their time. You won't have to lower your standards to keep their attention. You won't have to shrink to be loved. You'll be seen in your fullness. You'll be heard in your silence. You'll be honored in your essence. Archangel Michael says, this connection is not being sent to hurt you, it's being sent to heal you. They are already rewriting parts of their life to make room for you. Their calendar is changing. Their priorities are shifting. Their conversations are evolving. All because something about you triggered a spiritual awakening inside them. They didn't expect it. They didn't ask for it. But now they can't unfeel it. And you don't have to do anything except stay true to who you are. You don't need to try harder. You just need to trust deeper. God has already arranged it. The contact will happen. The timing is divine. Your presence will calm them. Your voice will ground them. Your soul will feel like home. And they will tell you this, not to flatter you, but because they genuinely don't know how to describe what you do to their heart. They will say things no one has ever said to you before. Not because they rehearsed it, but because you unlocked a language in them they didn't know they spoke. This is not infatuation. This is divine remembrance. Archangel Michael says it will all feel too perfect, but that's how you know it's God. Prepare your heart. Clean your spirit. Clear your space. Because this person is not coming to visit chaos, they're coming to build peace. If your life is full of clutter, mental, emotional, physical, start releasing it. Make room. The blessing is on its way. God doesn't send kingdom people to places filled with confusion. And Archangel Michael warns, don't let old pain poison new promise. This one is different. This one was chosen for you. Don't treat them like the ones who broke you. The next 24 to 48 hours will hold strange shifts. Unexpected messages. Emotional spikes. Random thoughts about them, even if you don't yet know their name. Pay attention. These are all signs of movement in the spirit realm. Archangel Michael says heaven is preparing the moment of contact. Don't ignore the signs. Don't call it coincidence. It's confirmation. Your soul is being aligned. Your heart is being tuned. The signal is becoming clearer. And once it clicks, everything changes. When you step into this, walk boldly. Not arrogantly, but boldly. You are not intruding, you were invited. You are not lucky, you are anointed. You are not replacing someone, you are fulfilling prophecy. God has waited for this moment longer than you have. And the angels have been rehearsing this intersection of souls since the day you were born. There are things about your story that will finally make sense when this person enters. There are questions you stopped asking that will suddenly be answered without a word. This is how God speaks, through the silence between souls who were destined to find each other. You won't miss it. You can't. Not if you've come this far. Archangel Michael says, you are closer than you think. And the miracle is faster than it looks. Stay open. Stay humble. Stay ready. The one watching you is already moving. The blessing is already breathing. The angels are already singing. And heaven is already smiling, because you finally listened. And now, the rest is about to unfold.
Beloved, listen closely now, for the time has come. The universe has aligned, and the opportunity before you is no accident. The millionaire who has taken interest in you is only the beginning, a sign of the greatest you are meant to step into. You logged for change, for miracles, and now the door is open. Do not let fear hold you back. You have been prepared for this movement. Every trial, every setback leading you here. The path is clean. The path is clear, and you are being called to step forward with courage. I am with you, always guiding you toward your highest potential. Your time has come to claim what is rightful your. This is your movement of transformation, of abundance. Trust the journey, trust in the signs, and most of all, trust in yourself. You are worthy of the greatness awaiting you. Step into your power, for you were born for this. The universe is waiting for you to say yes. And when you do, you will rise higher than you ever imagined. Do not wait any longer. This is your time. Take the leap, and I will be here cheering you on. Stay connected. Do subscribe. Press the bell icon, my child. Amen.